problem actually was the fact that a lot of people did not read that bill.
Yes.
Because I heard the president of the Senate yesterday where he kept emphasizing, like, read the bill before you make your comment.
Yes.
So maybe, are you saying that why there was so much contention is because a lot of people did not read that bill?
I agree with you. I mean, I said it, if it's not here, but in another station that I gave my opinion, that a lot of this problem is because we have not been able to read the bill. We hear rumors. People, this one said, oh, it's against this, it's against that, but you have not taken time to look at it again and see for yourself whether it's correct. And having done so, you realize that there's something in this bill that is untoward against anyone.
And probably the history of Nigerians find it difficult to trust their leaders. Yes. So when they see anything coming from the leaders, the perception always is it's anti the people. Yes. So there was that agitation, and probably the space of time when it was submitted till now has given enough room for people to actually be educated, to learn and to unlearn certain things.
That's correct. And the chairman of the presidential committee that is reviewing this tax bill has been going all over the place, speaking to, I mean, I know he came to the Senate more than once. He went to the House of Rep as well. And he has been visiting so many organizations and interest groups to educate them more about this bill. And I think that has worked. It has worked.
Well, the value-added tax is still a contentious issue. It seems that is one major clause that still sticks out like a sore thumb. But will an overwhelming opposition to the proposed increase override the recommendation of the tax reform bills?
You know, I know there will be a compromise. I mean, nothing is hard on stone here. The president is also, it's the president of the whole nation, is willing to listen. And the Senate and the National Assembly is also listening, because we are all represented. Every nook and cranny of this country is represented in the National Assembly. And so the VAT that you're talking about, you know, the contention was the issue of population. Mainly the issue of population as a means of distribution of VAT. As it is 60%, and we're saying some people, we feel that for instance, is one of those senators who feel that that is too high, and that we should bring it down. Where we're going to compromise on, I'm not sure. But like I said, by the time we all go back inside and begin to look at this thing, then we'll consider every opinion and see where we can, like I say, it's a compassionate bill. It's not a bill that is meant to hurt any section of the country. And if it seems so, then we'll look for a comforting point to rest it.
Okay, let's look at this aspect of tax. Definitely helps a people, a nation to generate revenue, and also the businesses must survive. Now, what will happen after this bill is passed, and you still have various states or local government have certain levies? Will this bill, is there a bill that will holistically address all that? So that you don't have people, this bill coming into enforcement, then the state will still say, look, we have our own, we have other levies. They now give it a different name, levies. So it still come back to the same businesses. You're paying this tax, and also there's this levy also that is in place.
Yeah, this bill will address that. And even from the national level, if you know that there's an amendment bill to allow FRS to actually be the main collector of all taxes, even at that point. So the issue of every agency doing their own thing, different from the other one, is going to stop. And so in that way, we have a target. We know what is coming in, we know where it's coming from, and not from different places where you now begin to have double taxation. So what you're talking about at the local level, at the state level, yes, they will buy into it, because that's the reason why they are all part of this process. It becomes the law of the land. It becomes the law of the country. And so, yes, we will be bound by it. And yes, whether local government or state government who control their, control what goes on within their territories, will have to abide by it. Double taxation will not have a place.
Well, since all lawmakers have agreed that why this bill has faced a lot of resistance at the initial stage, because a lot of people did not, read or acquaint themselves with the provisions, would you also say that the resistance also had, politics? That was politics at play. Would you say that political influence also had a lot to do with that resistance?
Of course. I mean, we are all political animals. Any bill or anything that comes out today, the first thing that an individual looks like is, what's my interest here? Mm-hmm. How does it affect me? How does it affect those that I represent? And that's the politics. Yeah. So there will always be politics in anything we do. Mm-hmm. But how we are able to assuage the interest of everybody is what is critical, so that we can remain one united and loving family as a nation.
Well, now that the tax reform bills have been widely read by lawmakers and critical stakeholders, tell us more about the spirit and letter of the bills. How do they prioritize the interests of the poor Nigerians and also aim to stimulate economic growth and development?
First of all, poor Nigerians are even exempted completely from paying tax, completely. And so it leaves a lot more money in their hands to do one or two things that they want to do, whether to pay their school fees, whether to buy food now, medical expenses, whatever it is, they have enough, or they have more money in their hands than before. You can imagine a civil servant that earns, 70,000 naira, and he's been taxed on that 70,000. Now you take a 70,000 naira home.
So it won't be there, the payee will not be there?
Yes, you take it home because you are outside the tax bracket. And for new businesses, up and starting businesses, or businesses that I think it's about 50 million, we are exempted from paying taxes. And so the reason why that is done is to stimulate the economy, is to also give you enough money to put back into your business so it can grow. Because the spirit is that if small and medium businesses grow, then the economy will actually pick up. And a lot of people who are now unemployed will be employed. Because the government is not the biggest employer of labor. It cannot be. It's the private sector. And so it's this private sector that is being targeted to help them to be on their feet so that they can do what they do best.